What's up, Mets fans? It's your boy CP, and welcome back to the latest episode of the True Mets Talk podcast. The New York Mets have officially snapped their four-game losing streak. The offense came alive in a 9-1 victory over the Oakland Athletics. And in this podcast episode, we are doing a special spotlight on one particular player that has been carrying this Mets lineup on his shoulders. Let's get into it.
You are now watching the True Mets Talk podcast, talking New York Mets baseball 24/7, 365 with your host, CP.
With the shallow right field, stumbling start for Stewart. Drills a deep left field by Alvarez. He's homered in 4 straight games for the second time he's homered in 4.
All right, let's get into it. Obviously, in this episode, we are going into the numbers of Francisco Lindor, who has produced for this Mets lineup when they have needed him the most, especially during a lethargic overall second half of this season so far. Lindor is hitting 299 in the second half, and he is hitting 340 in the month of August. Absolutely spectacular. And one would say he is carrying the very weight of this Mets lineup right now as they try to navigate their way through tough waters. By the way, before we get into any further, make sure you hit that thumbs up on this video, subscribe to the channel, bottom right hand corner, hover over the icon if you like what you hear on this episode and you want to hear more Mets talk from this channel. Make sure you hit that comment section down below to let me know what you think about the type of season that Francisco Lindor is having in 2024. On the left-hand side, you see the advanced metrics of Baseball Savant. All red bars means generally it's a great thing for a player that is having an elite type of season like Francisco Lindor is having, not only from the offensive perspective, but also the fielding. Obviously, night in and night out, he brings a gold glove caliber type of play to the New York Mets at the shortstop position. And obviously, he has been stealing a lot of bases and just running the bases very well. And Baseball Savant does track that. But it's 2024. We are baseball fans and we are Mets fans first and foremost, and we are enamored with the offense. So you see here, Francisco Lindor is hitting the ball hard more often than not, and that's why he is achieving great results, right? You talk about expected batting average, expected slugging, average exit velocity, hard hit rate, all of these things combined, while they don't carry the weight of the general statistics that you see on the right hand side of your screen, they set up the process for having those extensive good results, elite results that you see on the right hand side of your screen. So Francisco Lindor hits ball hard, he finds green, and he gets great numbers that you see in blue here. And he is having fantastic numbers in 2024. Here are his 2024 totals. 120 games in, obviously the Mets are 62 and 58. He's hitting 263, a 336 OBP. The OPS is finally above 800 at 801 after last night's victory, 23 home runs to go along with it. And by the way, special shout out to Francisco Lindor, who just hit his 100th career home run as a member of the New York Mets organization in the good old orange and blue. So congrats to Francisco Lindor on that feat. And he also has, like I said, the speed to go along with it, 24 stolen bases. Surely, positively, no doubt is going to be a 2025 or a 25-25 type of season for Francisco Lindor when you take a look at the home runs and the stolen bases. And with a month and a half left, he can go back-to-back seasons potentially having 30 home runs and 30 RBIs if he continues his hot streak. Obviously, last year, he had a 31-31 type season. And from a shortstop, that type of production is almost unheard of, right? We talk about the shortstop value and the contracts they've been getting, especially guys that know how to hit the baseball. Most recently, Bobby Witt, and we see what he's producing this year. Francisco Lindor obviously got the bag in joining the New York Mets, and he has produced ever since. And these numbers in 2024 definitely resemble that as well. 69 RBIs from your leadoff guy is always a great thing as well. And Francisco Lindor has not looked back. He is now leadoff Lindor to myself and to many other people who wanted to see him bat leadoff coming into the season, even before the season began. So shout out to Francisco Lindor for backing up all those takes. Now, what makes Francisco Lindor such a special hitter, especially in 2024, because I haven't looked at this particular split in 2023 and prior in his career. But in 2024 specifically, Francisco Lindor has been doing the one thing that if you all have been a part of this channel on the pre-games, on the post-games, etc., that I have preached that I would like to see more out of this Mets lineup is being aggressive early in the count, particularly on the very first pitch, right? In today's MLB, we've seen it in the Seattle Mariners series. These elite pitchers have so much off-speed options at their arsenal. You're talking about splitters, knuckle curves, sliders, sweepers. It doesn't really matter. There's so many off-speed options that today's pitchers have at their disposal. So when they throw a first pitch strike to get ahead of the count and use those off-speed pitches, if you as a batter and a hitter up there are not looking to swing early and you watch that first pitch go by, presumably the fastball that's in your wheelhouse or at least in the strike zone somewhere, then you're setting yourself up for failure. And we have seen that on multiple occasions throughout this entire season from a lot of different guys. But Francisco Lindor has been the exception. In 2024, this is directly from Baseball Reference. I'm going to give them credit, obviously, as always, in the description down below. And I'll actually link his page so you can go ahead and check out for yourself what I'm talking about. When Francisco Lindor swings and makes contact in play on the very first pitch of his at-bats in 2024, these are his numbers. Very successful. 340 batting average, 380 on base percentage, over 1,000 OPS, 5 home runs on the very first pitch, and 16 RBIs. That is what I call aggressive and being productive while being aggressive early in the count. And that, like I said, mitigates a lot of strikeouts first and foremost, but it mitigates a lot of, I guess, I don't even know how to say this. It just mitigates a lot of bad options and failures that you would get later on in the at bat. Now, obviously, everybody probably sees two strike hitting, choke up, put the ball in play, etc. But why would you need to do that? And why would you prioritize that if you can go ahead, keep a loose grip on the bat and swing away and rip away in the very first pitch and not having to worry about not getting another pitch after that because you've already put yourself in a hole with two strikes? That's my philosophy. You all know it. Like I said, if you've been listening to me speak, and like I said, Francisco Lindor is doing a great job in backing up that sort of philosophy because he's having a tremendous success rate on the very first pitch. So, like I said, elite season from Francisco Lindor, top 5 most definitely in the MVP ballot, right, in the National League. Definitely isn't going to win the award, obviously, but he is going to take some votes away from the other players, and deservingly so. This guy has been a pro's pro, a leader, and his production on the field definitely mimics that of an MVP caliber shortstop. So I appreciate everybody watching. I appreciate Francisco Lindor trying to carry the weight of this offense while they try to figure it out for the most part as we head into the later stages of this 2024 season. Like I said, please hit that thumbs up on this video. Let me know what you think. Do you agree with me? Do you not agree with me? But one thing is undeniable. Francisco Lindor is producing at a high rate and a consistent rate for the 2024 New York Mets. Let's go Mets. Continue to stack W's in the win column and see you all later. Peace.
Thank you for watching the True Mets Talk podcast. Make sure you're tapping on that notifications button and checking out all the latest content on the channel. Thank you.